Ladies and gentlemen, what is happening? What is happening? Welcome to yet another edition of Pass the Ox. It's your boy, Dwayne. You already know your homie. Some of y'all know you as the human highlight reel, but on this show, we go by the name of Dwayne. You know what I'm saying? We got to get a government one time. And it feels good to just, be in the building right now. So I'm going to pass this thing. You already know your boy like to throw them alleys. So I got to get an alley to my one, my only, my true favorite co-host, Miss Janean. Talk to the people. How you doing?
Hey, good was cracking, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to another high episode of Pass the Ox. It's your girl, Janean, a.k.a. the Queen of Clutch It. And we back in action for another hot one. Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So, we got a really dope episode in store today.
Yes.
And I would like to introduce, I got to do this one good time. I'm going to introduce a man that really needs no introduction. You know what I mean? But we're going to give him one anyway, because that's how we do on Pass the Ox. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to welcome an Atlanta Christian hip hop legend, my guy. Now, he probably won't tell y'all this, you know what I'm saying? Because he humble like that, so he ain't going to say that. But I'm going to introduce him like that because this boy, man, me and this guy go way back, you know what I mean? So I had to introduce and bring this man. He is actually our very first official artist to join the Pass the Ox show on today. So round of applause for that one. We got our first official guest in the house. And like I said, man, this man speaks many volumes. His music tells his story. And, well, he's the innovator and the creator of what a nice little movement we like to call trap theology. You see him repping it right there with the shirt. You already know what time it is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in the building, Mr. Plain James. How you doing, good sir?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I can't complain at all, man. Glad to be here.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. So, without further ado, Cuzzo, let's go ahead and let's kick this thing off one time, and let's just start. You know how we do. Every time Past the Ox, we like to start it off and just kind of say a nice little segment that we call "What's in Your Ears." You know what I mean? So, Cuzzo, you got the flow. What's been in your ears? What's going on?
Let's do it. So, what's been in my ears? This week I happened upon a TikTok video with about 10 songs that said, hey, if you know 3 out of these songs, then you had an emo phase. I knew all of them, but I didn't have an emo phase. But I created a fuck yeah playlist, and I just wanted to share a few of my songs on there.
Okay.
I have Fall Out Boy, Sugar We're Going Down, The Killers, Somebody Told Me, The Killers, Mr. Brightside, Paramore, Misery Business, Paramore, Crush, 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 Panic at the Disco, I Write Sins, Not Tragedies, Sublime, Santeria, and Alice in Chains, Rooster. Those are my playlists. And then it's old to the world but new to me. It's a song called Top Down by the artist Channel Tres. I don't know if it's Tres or Tres, but either way. How I was introduced to this song is I've been binge watching a HBO show called Betty, which is basically about these girl skaters, and they kind of follow them around that scene. And it just shows like how dope these girls are on boards, but how they can be kind of overlooked and like the little petty stuff that they go through. I guess it's like a male-dominated sport, because that's really what it is. I couldn't ride a skateboard even if I tried.
We all tried at least once.
At least once. But anyway, so there's a scene where they're just all out kicking it, and in the background you hear this cool like electro dance beat, but if you listen a little bit more, you're like, yo, he's talking some stuff, like almost like the same stuff that we listen to on like rap or whatever. So I look up the artist, and he's a Black kid from Compton, which was like, wasn't expecting it, right? And I like when I find artists like this, because for a while, I don't think so much now, and since artists have a direct stream to their fans through SoundCloud and YouTube, etc. But there was a time where like Black music equaled a very limited space, so like rap, R&B, funk, soul, and like that was it. And if you did anything outside of that, you're weird or white, right? And
Okay.
I
Okay.
watching Moesha, and there was an episode on there where her best friend Kim really wanted to go see Lee Ann Rimes. And the whole episode was her trying to get these tickets. And for those who don't know, she's a country singer. And the episode ended where she got to sing with her. So at an early age, you're like, oh, maybe, you know, we can get into some other genres. Like, it's dope.
Yeah.
So it definitely lit a spark to be interested in country. It didn't catch, but it still opened your mind up to kind of consume different types of music. So that was dope. And another fan favorite for me, I've been listening to Slim Thug. The single is called Water. Why? I don't know, because I like it.
Slim Thugger.
Diverse selection right there.
Yeah, that is super
Everything.
diverse. Super diverse. I love it. I love it. Well, Plain, how about you, man? What's been in your ears lately this week, man? What you been bumping lately, man?
Man, I stumbled across an artist from Compton, man, young dude by the name of Buddy.
Okay.
Buddy, he had a song called Black, and I just heard it in the background of somebody's Instagram video. So I checked it out, and he dope, man. This song, I don't know, man. His perspective on music, man, is just like some real life type stuff. He not the guy trying to be the super thug, super gangster. He from Compton, you know what I'm saying? So there's certain things that just gonna happen is as a result of what his upbringing was or whatnot. But I don't know, man. He got a real soulful sound, man. He kind of a mixture of singing and rapping. So I've been checking music. Then I like to ride to like instrumentals sometimes too, man. Sometimes I really listen to a lot of words. So Anderson .Paak, that's one of my favorite artists.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So talented.
Real dope dude. Real dope. Okay.
They actually put out a instrumental album. They put out an album not too long ago, but they actually put an instrumental album out with just the tracks without the words or anything on it. So I just been vibing to that, man. And other than that, man, just anything that catch my ear. But for the most part, those two things have really been sticking in my radio for the most part.
Okay. I like that, man. You know, and sometimes, hey, you know what? That, especially as an artist, man, you know how we do. A lot of times we really like to just sometimes, maybe we don't want to hear nothing with words to it. Sometimes we do just like to vibe to an instrumental because as artists, when you write, you know, that's usually what catch you more than anything. The beat, you know what I mean? Like the horns, you know, the bass, you know, or something like just anything, you know, the sample or the loop, you know, like you never know what's gonna catch you. So it's pretty dope that you brought that up, man, because a lot of times the beat tapes, man, shout out to a producer out there. If you got a beat tape, I appreciate those, man. A lot of times you just want to listen to the beats.
Especially like, man, I just been writing an album, so it's like you don't want to listen to certain things so much that it begins to influence you because, you know, you go to start writing and the next thing you know, certain cadences you've been hearing or, you know, certain styles hearing is like, it's in your head because you've been listening to it nonstop. So I kind of like want to have a clear palette when I'm getting ready to write so I don't sound like nobody else. I kind of want to make sure I'm doing my own thing.
Man, that's amazing, brother. I love that. I love that philosophy. And I hope all my artists out there listening, I hope y'all applying that same philosophy. If you don't do that already, I'm just saying that's good knowledge. As far as your boy here, man, today, man, you know what? Lately, today seemed to be, I guess, a Kanye West day. I kind of had it on shuffle on my iPhone. You know what I'm saying? My Apple Music was on shuffle. A lot of Kanye was coming up today, and I was just like, all right, I guess it's a Kanye kind of day. I was getting all kind of random Kanye's. Heard Jesus Walks come up in there one time. Some of the songs from his recent, you know, Jesus is King album popped up, and some of the stuff from College Dropout, and I was just graduation, name it. I was just like, okay, well, it's a Kanye kind of day. Recently, I you know, shameless plug for yet another show featured on the OTS network by the name of Life's a Botch. I actually had the pleasure of interviewing Mr. Fred Rosser, aka Darren Young. He put me on to a couple of nice indie artists out there, and one of them was by the name of Daily. Dayley, and I checked him out, and we had a nice conversation about R&B, and so I was like, all right, I'm gonna check these artists out. I gave him some, he gave me some, and as I was listening, man, I was like, I like the vibes, man. Because hey, we hip hop artists, yes, but there's nothing wrong with your R&B and your country and your instrumentals, you know what I mean? Your jazz, whatever, we diverse in this group. So, I was in them fields, man. I was like, all right, it's an R&B kind of Sunday, you know what I mean? Let's do it, And of course, without further ado, gotta say this in there, not just because my man's is here, but because it's legit, the truth. Your boy was bumping some Plain Janes today because I had to just bump the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this the man we honoring and celebrating on the day on Pastor I. So I had to, have some Plain Janes in my playlist, man. And I just had that baby on straight shuffle. Heard that Atlanta 1996.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the Outkast sample in that baby. When I was loving it, I was, you name it, man. It was a little bit of everything, man. Some classic joints with you and Young Noah, and it was beautiful to listen to. It was a Plain James kind of day, so we had to go there. But that does it for pretty much this edition of What's in Your Ears.
What's in your ears?
Let's go. You know what I mean? so Cuzzo.
Yes.
Any entertainment news been going on lately within this week so far? I know we in the middle of the week right now, but what's been going
on? Did you want to go new releases first, or did you want to go like entertainment news?
Let's go entertainment news, and we'll come on back to the new releases. You know what I mean? We'll bring it back to that point.
All right. So for me, something that caught my eye, I believe it was last night, but CEO of Off-White label and the artistic director of Louis Vuitton's Men Edition, Virgil, did cover art for Pop Smoke's album, Shoot for Stars, Aim for the Moon. And it was not well received at all. Y'all seen it?
That's Yeah, 50 been going on. 50 Cent been putting a campaign together, trying to find a new cover for the album.
Yeah, it's it looks like very rushed. It looks like a novice did Photoshop on it. But yeah, people aren't happy. They feel like it was disrespectful. It doesn't honor Pop Smoke at all. So that's kind of been what's on the radar this week. And it kind of brings attention to Virgil because a lot of people feel like him, along with some other designers, they kind of get away with not doing much, but because they have a hype beast following, they amplify it up, and then it becomes this like super expensive brand, but it's not really original. It's not really doing much.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. So
it's amazing how certain companies and things, they have this particular vision as if they know the person, but then the streets be hearing it and it's just like, nah, bro, that ain't it. And they just like,
it ain't it.
What's up with
streets will speak.
They do. And it just goes to show, when you got a legacy out here, man, and you doing your thing, the streets got your back regardless, man. They're gonna make sure you repped right. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't just gonna put out no random Michael Jackson compilation album. You know what I mean? Not Michael Jackson right? Everybody gonna be like, nah, bro, this MJ. You gotta make sure this right. So, hey, shout out to 50. Shout out to the streets that's looking out for Pop and making sure things go right in his honor.
Maybe. Now, did we catch the BET Awards on Sunday?
Man,
I missed it, man. I wanted to watch it, but I was tired of it, man. I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Let me tell you, I peeped. I had no, I forgot, truth be told, because of what's been going on with the whole Corona stuff, right? Like, I totally forgot that we were in the month of June, where I'm like, oh yeah, this is BET Awards month, right? And so when I saw and I scrolled and I saw like virtual BET Awards, I'm like,
virtual?
Oh, this is new. How do you do a virtual award show? I was like, what? Like, yeah, that was awkward.
It was awkward. So I didn't watch the whole thing. I definitely caught the highlights, or I watched the performances, because that's what we really watch them for anyway.
Yeah.
And I haven't really sat and watched an award show in a while. I don't know if it's because of my age or because I think that they've gotten kind of watered down. I don't know. But I did watch it because I was like, this is the first virtual award show. And I was like, it's going to be weird them performing to the TV, which I guess is a music video in a sense, regardless. But when you're watching an award show performance, I like when the camera pans to the audience or they zoom in on one person because they got some petty stuff going on. Like, it just makes the award show a little more exciting. But I think it was dope what they did. The performances were actually really nice. They definitely implemented what's going on right now, whether it be like a Black Lives Matter t-shirt, whether it be face masks, whether it be Alicia Keys had a performance where she had the names of everybody killed or slain going back to Trayvon Martin. So I think it was dope that they were here for entertainment, but they weren't ignoring the fact that we're going through something right now, especially it being the BET Awards. So that's important. A couple of performances that stood out to me. Wayne Brady did a tribute to Little Richard. And I thought it was awesome. I thought it was awesome.
Wayne Brady.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he did a tribute to Lil Richard. Lil Wayne did a tribute to Kobe. Not some of Wayne's best work, but I respect it because it was a tribute to Kobe. Summer Walker and Usher did a situation together, and it was
okay.
Beautiful. And I think that this made me maybe not respect Summer Walker more, because I definitely understand that she's talented, but seeing that performance, I was like, okay, she can sing, and this sounds good, and this looks good, okay. And then D Smoke and Sir did a performance together, and they brought out their mom.
Oh, wow.
Are y'all familiar with those artists?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I love D Smoke. I love Sir, and the fact that they brought their mom out was awesome. So all in all, high five BET Awards. Pretty entertaining.
High five BET Awards.
Good job, BET Awards.
You take what you can work with.
Yes.
You make the best out of a situation. And you kept it black, because a lot of people felt like BET kind of lost their blackness over the years a little bit, somewhat. But we're not gonna go there too much.
Megan Thee Stallion proved yet again that they're putting something inside of that Texas water, because the strength in those knees is amazing. Like, I don't understand. The strength in the knees, my goodness.
Yeah, you telling me, boy. I was like, okay, hey, you can
all
do
right,
that.
Megan.
More power to you, man. Go right ahead. But yeah, wow. Nonetheless, I would say what stuck out to me, I mean, it was probably the talk of the whole town, of course, is the Baby and the remix that him and Roddy Ricch did, you know, Rockstar, and how it just represented the whole, you know, BLM movement, and just signifying, I mean, just to see Lil Baby on the ground, and, you know, imitating the whole George Floyd situation, and literally, like, you know, rapping in the cause of it, you know, just to, like you said, to remind people, like, hey, we trying to take your mind off things, you know, bring you into a sense of peace or healing or feel good, but then keep you aware, you know, to, like, hey, keep this thing going out here, you know, we got to do something about this, you know. So I thought that was pretty dope to see. And like I said, seeing some of those award presentations are what kind of threw me off, just because you're sitting here, you know, they looking like us, you know, they in the room, and I'm like, this is gonna take some getting used to. But if this is a new norm, then I don't know how much longer. No, because award shows, people in regular clothes and they in their closet or in front of a wall, like, just, hey, I'm here. Your nominees for your favorite award is
here, take
right
it
here. Next thing you know, and your winner is no drum roll, no nothing, no crowd, just so and so. There you go.
Right.
The Baby's your winner. Okay. I was playing.
Thanks for my award.
You know, like, all right. So again, shout out to you, BET Awards. But What else? What else? Interesting stuck out so far within this week, entertainment wise, Cuzzo.
So this actually happened last week, but I didn't bring it up because I didn't listen to it. But Beyonce's Black Parade, I did listen to it this week,
Okay.
and I love Beyonce. I don't want to be attacked by the Beehive, but I'm not somebody who like as soon as she drops something, I like run after it. And I think it may be because I'm a hater. I don't know. But ever since she did the remake to Before I Let Go, I was like,
There we go.
you know, so I didn't know what to expect, but I was happy when I listened to this track. She's talking about a lot, and then it sounded good, so I appreciate it. What do you guys think about "Wash Us in the Blood"? Both the song as well as the
Ooh.
visual by Kanye West.
Plain. I would love to know your thoughts on that
Please
first,
tell
bro.
us your thoughts.
Please let me know what you thinking about that, man.
If I'm totally honest, I feel like the song wasn't just great. Um, I think I don't think it was trash, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think it was just, oh man, like they killed it. But what I do respect is I respect the fact that like getting Travis Scott on the song. I look at it like he's still aware. He's still a genius when it comes to making music. So I think he's still aware and savvy enough to know, okay, if I am gonna go this different lane, this different direction, it still sonically has to be a certain kind of sound that's gonna appeal to people. I think he's still getting his feet wet. I think he's in new terrain. I think it's really hard to go in depth because people will say, you know, he's saved, he's a Christian or whatnot. That's cool, but we know it takes years and years of discipleship and learning and training to really be in depth with what it is you believe and how to be able to articulate that. So right now, I think what's making a lot of Christians feel like the songs are not really that dope is that he's really on some surface level type stuff. And we've heard thousands of Christian rappers say the same thing as he's already saying. So it's like just because it's not this Kanye don't mean it's special. Like it's Christian rappers who probably have better production on their songs than what we heard on that song.
Yeah.
And I think the bar is set so high because it's the same dude from College Dropout. This is the same dude from Graduation. This is the same dude who has classic albums, classic music. When they hear anything below the standard that's been set, they're gonna be disappointed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's trash. I just don't think it's just amazing either. But I'm so embraced. I'm interested to see how things develop. I'm interested to see how he kind of gets into his comfort zone and he finds himself and finds his sound. And the more he develops in his relationship and in his walk, he's able to talk about stuff more. I think it's gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying? But right now, it's just he's still kind of getting his feet wet. I feel like.
I can appreciate that perspective because I was going to ask you, but you pretty much answered it. Like you all as Christian hip hop artists, how do you feel about a Kanye doing a song like this or doing Jesus is King? Because some would say they think it's just for the hype, but other people are open to like Plain said, like his journey and that this is a new path for him and he's gonna eventually get stronger in that walk.
Yeah, I mean, you can see like his heart is there, and you can see. I mean, anybody who really knows, like you saw that even with Jesus walks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like his heart has always been there, and I feel like he always has somebody in his ear, a little bit of trying to keep him on track, even when he was secular with it, and even now, like Plain beautifully put it, it's a new process. You know what I mean? There's so many artists. I'm pretty sure Mace probably went through this in a way. Now, by no means is Mace in the level of a Kanye to me, but I'm just saying, like, when he went into this, field at that time, people forget Mace was on top of the world back when he decided to cross over and change his life and go to God. So at the same time, when he did what he did, it was a new process for him. Same thing, I always mix it up. I want to say Salt. I believe it was Salt from Salt and Pepper. Same case with her. You know what I mean? Hopping on with Kurt Franklin. It's a new process. But more than anything, I agree with Plain, man. It's respect comes to when you get the Travis Scotts and so many others that you can influence on a track like that. And it just goes to show, like, okay, he out here talking to people. You know what I mean? We see him. He be out in these prisons. He out here doing his thing. He's still, if one would argue, even when you're a new Christian, he's still probably in his baby phase. You know what I mean? So it's like you get on fire in your baby phase, and then, you know, when he started to grow and really find himself and grow and start going through some true hardships, man, the sky's the limit for this guy, man. So the song as a whole, at first threw me off, man. Like, I had to listen to it a couple more times. The hook, of course, definitely stood out in a sense, in its own way, especially once Travis kind of put his twist within it too. And I like Travis Scott. There's something about his sound that really gravitates to me, man. I really like Travis Scott's sound on anything. So that was a dope collab to do with the song itself. You know, like I said, I agree with Plain Jane's there. Necessarily not the greatest classical song ever, but as Kanye continues to build himself and continues to get better and better with this, man, if they ever collab again on something similar to this, it'll be probably 20 times better than that was. But it was cool for what it was, man. I mean, the message more than anything, definitely. So I did check on Twitter when he dropped it, and I saw a lot of Kanye fans. They were quick to just be like, "Yo, this is the hardest song ever! Like, bro, let's go!" And I'm like,
"You gotta be honest with our artists. Like, you have to be art." But did y'all see the video for it, or did you just listen to the single?
I didn't know it was a video. I just heard the song.
It's a video.
I saw the video, and much like a lot of Kanye's videos, it was very strange, but I get what it was trying to depict in a way. It was, you know.
And like, maybe I'm not deep enough. I don't know, but like, I think visuals are very important because, as we know, the music industry has a lot of spooky stuff going on as far as what I hear. A lot of subliminal messaging is put into a lot of the songs. So if we have a song that's talking about Jesus and covering us in his blood, like, to have images of like goat faces and goat heads, which are usually linked to some demonic type stuff, it just makes you kind of go like, what are we talking about here? Now, I don't know if the video I saw was the official video. I feel like it was. But if it is, in fact, I just think that it's important as artists that, you know, you all are mindful about the images you're putting out, and is it really representing the lyrics the way that it's supposed to?
That's a good interpretation. I like that.
I want to check it. Oh man, I've been doing a little bit of everything. I definitely want to check it out.
Plain, I think it's a sight to see. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's a sight to see. Because even then, it was kind of like a little strange for my taste. But again, I get the artisticness. Like, I see to some degree what he was trying to show. But at the same time, it can put you in that light of maybe this is still the part where he's still transitioning and really trying to figure things out. You know, that's all I could really do to justify it.
He been doing that with 10 plus years. He was over in a whole different lane. Then he put albums, My Dark Twisted Fantasy, and it's a renewal of the mind that has to take place. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's you really just starting from scratch, trying to find a new sound, a new direction, as well as going through things in your life. And I think I saw something one time where, you know, there's certain things he's trying to implement with his family and his home and kids. You know, she kind of like, hey, you know, you on your journey, but I still got to go out here and do what I got to do. So, I mean, we see that on TV. Pretty sure if that's happening consistently, you got a conflict of interest right there going on in the house. Either way you want to raise your kids, then you got all these people saying, well, he may not be saved for real. Then you got the people who saying he is saved with the music. So you got some folks, you know, it's like it's a whirlwind of emotion and different things going on. And you got to try to block all that out and come in and quality music. It's going to take some time, for him to get seasoned enough in this area in order to be able to do that at a quality level, I think. So I just try to show him a little grace.
Man, that's really all we can do. But I love it, man. I love it. That's shout out to Plain, man. Always giving the legit answer. Dropping there's a reason this brother is guest number one when it comes to this thing, man. See, y'all, I gotta give y'all the gems. You know what I'm saying? I gotta let y'all get some spiritual gems in this thing because we're gonna have a little bit of every artist that we could try to bring in this thing, man. We got to get y'all the real positive